Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another episode of the Atlanta United Career Mode series. We're going to be kicking off the playoffs today, going into the conference semifinals, going up against DC United, which if you guys do remember, we sold KENWYNE Jones to DC United, so it's going to be a little interesting. He does start in this first game against us. I'll show you the league table here. We ended up with 113 goals at the end of the regular season going into the playoffs, so very good there. The Whitecaps ended up the top of the Western Conference with LA in second place, so very interesting there. Obviously, this is a little different than the real-life playoffs going on tomorrow because we're obviously in the knockout rounds and not the number one seed. But Toronto and NYCFC are going up against each other on the other side of the bracket, which is very interesting because, again, in real life, they're the top two seeds and won't be playing each other unless they win their respective games. So going into this game against DC United, we're trying to put our best foot forward starting off the playoffs. You know, the playoffs, it's like a clean slate. Nothing really matters from when you were in the playoffs. It's just two-leg games, a home and away leg. You know, it's aggregate. It's back to square one. Nobody cares on what your seeding was in the beginning. You're going to have to play at home. You're going to have to play it away. It's just how it is. So here, I end up pulling my defender just a little bit too far forward. Zimmerman gets on the wrong side of KENWYNE Jones, and KENWYNE runs straight down the damn middle and scores against me. He couldn't score for me whenever I had him. I think he only had like 3 goals for the team when he was there, but he ends up scoring for DC United and giving them the lead. Here, though, we managed to get a beautiful header off of a corner here, and LGP grabs himself a goal in the playoffs, definitely making his mark in this game and bringing us back to 1-1. So really good to see that we can bring ourselves back in the game, but just the beauty of that header to cross the entirety of the goal and end up in that corner to get his second goal for the MLS was amazing. So just moving forward in this game, in the 29th minute, we get another opportunity here. Joseph Martinez doing a little bit of good hold-up play, just trying to make sure we don't lose the ball here. Carmona gets the ball from Miguel Almiron, who gets it back into Joseph Martinez, looking for Brandon Vasquez on the right, and he grabs himself a goal as well. So goals coming from a little bit different places today. You know, it's not the usual Joseph Martinez and Miguel Almiron putting up big numbers against teams, but definitely making sure that we get the goals nonetheless. So we are 2-1 up at this point, definitely looking really good in this game. Again, this is the away leg, so even if, you know, we end up going 6-6 in this game, we still have like 6 away goals. So it's definitely important for us to score as many goals as we can here in DC while we have the opportunity. Here at the end of the first half, Ariola has an opportunity to march down the field, get it to KENWYNE Jones, but the defense is in the way. So it falls to Jeffrey here, and he looks like he could have had a pretty good opportunity there if he would have managed to run the ball out, but Carmona gets a touch on it and just kicks it upfield to try to get the ball out to Tito Villalba. But the defender is there, and they manage to pass it out of the back. So a lot of end-to-end stuff here. It was very open gameplay for the end of this first half. I was kind of, you know, all over the place, just trying to push forward and get any opportunities I could, and definitely trying to keep the ball away from KENWYNE as much as possible. So I thought it was funny, you know, that KENWYNE got an opportunity to come up and play against us here in the playoffs and grab himself a goal, you know, trying to, you know, state his claim. But here, I don't know how this was 3 minutes, to be honest, of extra time. It felt like this was about 2 minutes of actual gameplay. So it was a bit weird to actually still be having the ball, but Joseph Martinez managed to march his way up the field and grab himself a goal. And you see there, we're going to bring on Andrew Carlton for the second half. I wanted to make sure that we still had enough stamina going into the next game, so I did want to make sure that Brandon Vasquez had an opportunity to play in the next one. So it was nice for our number 9 to score against our old number 9 and to equalize that goal, equalize the game at that point. But Andrew Carlton will definitely give us another dynamic going into the second half. But not really too much going on. You're going to see here that they end up getting their second yellow, and Bernabam ends up leaving the game and won't be available for the next leg. So it is what it is. You know, he was making some very interesting tackles. It was, I believe there was actually a penalty opportunity I had right before that he got originally a yellow card for, but we didn't score. But Yamil Assad managed to score straight after that, and we managed to take a 4-1 lead in this game. So again, we're just trying to make sure that we can score as many goals as we can on the road. I believe at this point Bradford Javison is also in for Yamil Assad because Yamil was getting a little bit tired at this point, and we wanted to again make sure that everybody had enough stamina going into the second leg, because I believe it was only 4 days after 4 days after this leg, sorry. But Tito Villalba gets himself on the ball one more time, shoots across his body, and grabs himself the another goal for this game. So Tito, again, doing incredibly well here at the end of the season, and we are doing incredibly well at the end of this game. So we managed to go 5-1 up in this one, and that's how this game is going to end, I believe. So a very, very good way to end this first leg. 5 different goal scorers for us. KENWYNE Jones scoring for the other team. So luckily he didn't have too much of an effect here. We're going to get one more opportunity as KENWYNE ends up losing the ball, and Miguel Almiron gets on the left side of the defender but can't quite get his toe in to poke it. So a little disappointing to not fully get the victory there, or get another goal there rather, but we do end up walking away with the victory, and you see there that was a little bit of the KENWYNE run that was against us. He had the only shot on goal and the only goal for DC United, so we managed to do well there. But going into the next leg, this time we're going to be playing in the rain. Same lineup for the most part. I should say, if you guys noticed, Julian Gressel is playing in this game. It is because Kellen Acosta actually had gotten injured and picked up I believe too many yellow cards, so he was suspended anyways. I can't remember if that was before the last game or the last game itself, but he did end up getting suspended, but also picked up a injury in training and was not available. So as you guys see here, NYCFC is leading Toronto, so that is good for us. If you guys watched the last episode, you know we did not do very well against Toronto. They managed to grab 5 goals against us, and we lost 5-2 in that game, so we're trying not to go up against them again. I think we managed to look a lot better when we play against NYCFC, but it is still a hard game nonetheless. Here, Brown does the exact same run KENWYNE Jones did in almost the exact same point of the game and grabs himself a goal. This time KENWYNE was not starting. I'm sure his stamina was giving up a little bit and he just was not available to play, but Brown ends up running straight down the middle and scoring the exact same goal. I ended up pulling Zimmerman out of position again in that scenario, so a little disappointing again to go 1-0 down, and that's how this first half is actually going to end up looking. There weren't many opportunities for us. We weren't getting dominated. I think we still had the majority of possession or close to it, but just wasn't really able to really put our best foot forward in that game. So a little disappointing to go 1-0 down in the first half. And you see here in the second half, they actually get another opportunity, and Sam just ends up finessing it near post, and Brad Guzan just was set in the wrong position and wasn't able to get back to it. So we go 2-0 down, but at the end of the day, it was okay because we were still winning on aggregate at this point. So it was 5-3 in aggregate at this moment in the game. Tito Villalba gets the ball over to Joseph Martinez, who does a little bit of a beautiful scissor kick into the back of the net, and Bill Hamid had nothing to do with it. And we managed to grab our first goal in this game, but our 6th goal in the playoffs. So again, looking really, really good, just trying to put our best foot forward. Carlton was also in the game again at this point, just trying to do what he could, try to be the best that we could be, and that goal from Joseph Martinez is just a Joseph Martinez type of goal. So we managed to continue our little run here. I believe that's 39 goals at this point for Joseph Martinez, so definitely starting to run away with the race a little bit. But like I said in the last episode, this does take into account the playoffs for the Golden Boot race. It does not end in the regular season, so Miguel Almiron still has the opportunity to come back for it. If you guys do want the next episode of the playoffs against NYCFC, you guys are going to see it here at the end of the episode. Go ahead and try to get this video, let's just say like 10-15 likes, and I'll go ahead and upload that today. But other than that, this is going to be the end of the video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and until the next one, I'll see you guys later.